I thought I'd show you guys what it looks like to live on a farm with a bunch of animals. And it looks like, well, the boys tore up a Coke box. What is that? What is that nonsense? Who's gonna clean it up? Not you. Hey, pup, what's up? Tell everybody what up. Tell them you like to tear everything up. Can we not go in the raised garden bed? So you guys, this is our life every single day. Come on, boys, let's go feed. So I'm taking you guys with me to go feed the livestock. You know, everybody always asks me, what do I do all day? And so when I say YouTube is not my life, it's not. What you're fixing to see is my life. All right, so we're going to feed the rabbits their balanced organic breakfast. Now, we still are purchasing pellets, but as we save our money, we will be purchasing our own pelletizer. Raising cover crops or growing cover crops to then turn into food. Cutting out the last expense for running this farm. But what I wanted to show you guys, hibiscus leaves, okay? Hibiscus, very, very good for your animals. Can we not do it? Hey, can we not play so rough? They aren't listening to me. All right, also, purple hull snap beans. The leaves, rabbits love them. Something else you can feed them. The greens from beets, okay? And cabbage, but you have to be careful because rabbits cannot belch, nor can they vomit, and you will bloat them, and it's a terrible, horrible thing. Last thing, comfrey. Comfrey, rushing, bocking 14. If you are just starting your homestead, farmstead, hobby farm, whatever you're gonna call it, whatever you're gonna define yourself as, if you're starting the vision, get comfrey on your property. As the world falls apart, as medical care becomes subpar and hard to get and very expensive, certain plants like comfrey can help you and your animals recover from minor injuries without the need of a medical doctor. I am not telling you that if your dog gets hit by a car, not to take them to a vet. Or if your child falls out of a tree and breaks their arm, please take them to a doctor. But if it is minor, like it's just a sprain, you know, or they're just limping, you can use things like comfrey to help heal them without the need of money or doctors, okay? So as you begin securing your own food, I want you to understand that. Now, some people have a problem with cage-bred rabbits. In Louisiana, if I put my rabbits on the ground, several things are going to happen. Red ants are the least of them. And that is a horrible thing to see, baby rabbits covered in red ants. You guys, I have tried everything to figure out a way to humanely keep them on the ground safely. There is no way to do it. Not to mention they colony breed, which is inbreeding. And what you'll hear some people say when they talk about rabbit breeding is that you cannot inbreed rabbits. Yes, you can. That's why your rabbits eat their babies and they have messed up teeth. I don't have that. I don't have behavior problems. I don't have rabbits trying to scratch my face off when I open up a cage, and I'm going to keep it that way. I also sell clean, non-medicated rabbit meat to people. And most of my rabbits don't live in cages until 12 weeks when they're butchered. My breeders have platforms in their cages so that their feet are not always on the wire. So take a deep breath. My rabbits eat and live better than 90% of raised animals on farms. And I mean that. If you're ever going through McDonald's or Wendy's or any of that, you have a problem with this, then I'm gonna call you a hypocrite. Because if you could see how they raise those pigs and cows and chickens and what they do to them so they can shove them in those cages is absolutely inhumane. My rabbits have larger than standard cages with automatic waters. They're always in the shade and they get the best feed, plus they get medical care and loving every single day. Hold on, you guys. I am missing Samson. Sam, come. I hear him. Sammy, where you at? Hi, Booger. Good boy, good come. So he's still in training and probably will be till he's about 18 months old. That's about how long it took me to get the German Shepherd to come on command and stuff without thinking he needed to be the boss. Mom's the boss, not the dog. Dogs don't get to be the boss, you guys. All right, so back to feeding. I just wanted to share this with you guys. Something else I'm going to be doing, the chicken coop. So we've got a chicken who is sitting on some eggs, and I'm super excited because that means I'm going to have some biddies in the fall. But as you can see, they're digging in that. That's compost. So this is how I keep the odor, the flies, and the parasites down, is I have compost making inside of my coops. That gives my chickens something to do, provides them with a great protein source from the bugs that are coming in to help break down the compost, and lowers my feed cost. So there are ways that you can farm debt-free. You are going to have to cut your credit cards up because it's way too easy to fall back on that debit card rather than just figure it out. Just figure it out. Something else, you guys, look. Remember I've been telling you my sinuses are messed up? Look at that nonsense, right? Gonna need to take some decongestant today. I don't normally do it, but I'm going to have to because we'll be on a plane to go to Maui in 2.5 days. Well, today's Monday. We leave Thursday morning, so 3 days. And I need to be top notch, right? Can't be having a swollen face. So God bless you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also going to walk out here and show you the garden in just a second. You guys all recognize this. Corn. So I kept doing research and I'm like, can rabbits have the leaves on the corn stalks? I mean, I know they can't eat corn, but some people do give them the corn cob. And I'm like, can I do this? Is it safe? Guys, it's safe. It's safe. At this stage, when the leaves are still very, very soft and tender, you can give your rabbit corn stalk. Even the chickens are getting in on some goodness this morning with some organically grown lemon cucumbers, which they love, and some bell peppers I just threw in there. So just another way to help lower expenses on your farm and make your animals a little healthier. I also wanted to show you guys, so chickens come from the jungle, right? What a lot of Americans and people in Europe do, we tend not to give our chickens an environment that resembles their native habitat, which would be very thick mulch on the bottom of the ground in the pens that they're in, because that's what a forest has. So what I do is I took these corn stalks that had fallen down in the very last windstorm and I wedged them in the corner of the door here by the pen so that the chickens could climb through them and over them and behind them, just mimicking as close to their native natural environment as I can. And they're happy because, guys, let me tell you, they will denude these stalks. Chickens like to eat. They like to eat all day. You don't want to be throwing pellets to them all day. It's unhealthy for them. Not to mention it's ridiculously expensive. So just grow a few things, shove it in there for them, and let them go crazy. And please do not throw your pumpkins away after Halloween. Drop those in your pens. Your chickens will thank you. Fold up this huge 100 by 30 6 mil plastic tarp and expose the soil that we have been solarizing and get it planted with our fall garden. So this year at Starkey Farmstead, we're going to focus in on leafy greens and root crops. This soil has been amended now for 18 months. It is a no-till organic regenerative garden. It is a market garden, and what we've got out here is watermelon, okra, cucumber, pumpkin, squash, corn. All of that's going to continue to produce here in Southeast Louisiana, and this section will be dedicated to fall crops that can handle those first frost. So we're super excited. We hope you come along on this journey. I bet everybody would have recognized who is in that vehicle leaving right there. That would be Papa Sammy and Mama Bobby. So that's my 81, almost 82, and 80-year-old mom. They came to visit before we left for Maui. They were here when the mail ran, and my parents got to witness my crying and reading out loud everybody's lovely letters. But to the beautiful woman that sent her only $3, all I can say is you're a beautiful soul, and one day I hope to have your faith. I really do. I thank all of you for rowing in our boat. It's a very emotional time for me to get the mail here lately, because I spend about 45 minutes reading. I read everything that you write. I really do. I received a 4-page type letter. It was 2 pages of back and front, though. I read every word. I read the note from the 84-year-old lady who is on her retirement and Social Security that was going to send 25, and the Holy Spirit told her to send 50, that he had her. Her faith was a beautiful thing. I read the note from the retired school teacher that taught for 31 years and wants me to send her money to the school, the indigenous schools on Maui. So I love you guys. I take it very serious, your wants and your desires. And together, we're going to make a big difference in the economic, financial end of Maui, as well as putting money into the hands of the people who really need it the most. I will give some to nonprofits who are offering services that are so needed. And so they do have overhead costs, and that's just part of the game. But a lot of that money is going back into small business owners' hands and to the people who are trying to save their land. So you guys have made a huge difference. And off the top of my head, without counting, like sitting down with the computer and looking, I want to say right at $14,000 have been raised altogether. I know, right? You guys, we did that in like 10 days. That's how amazing you are. And all I can say is that my faith has grown, because I had the faith that would happen, but to see it, to be so honored, it's such an honor. I'm so humbled to be part of that. Hold on, you guys. Sammy, get in this yard. Sam, come on. Stop peeing on the neighbor's stuff. Come on. Samson. Come on. I know it. The cat's in the yard, and you want to go too. Come on. Come here. Come on. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Okay, you guys, let me show you the garden real fast, okay? So what you've got here is a total of 5 very short, about 20-foot long rows where I planted. Now, I no-till. So the video prior to this shows you where the tarp was, and now this is what was underneath the tarp, right? So we basically killed all of the material that was there, the cover crops as well as the plant residue that was left. What you've got is basically hay, right? It's like it made its own hay. Now, we came in with, this is aged horse manure. I did make sure that the horses had not eaten hay that had graze on in it. So we did aged horse manure there, rabbit manure here. Now the rabbit manure is fresh. Remember, it's cold. You do not have to compost rabbit manure. You can use it right out of the bunny's butt. And then this is aged horse manure, aged horse manure, aged horse manure, and worm castings. Now, in between the 2 rows, you're going to see as I put down the hay, I'm going to hay in between the 2 rows. That allows me a place to walk right? And it protects the soil and it keeps weeds down for me. And it also just helps this area stay more moist as the sun comes back out. Now, what I planted through here, you guys, I have mustard, I have 2 types of kale, I have cabbage, and I have carrots. The reason I planted those particular crops is the rabbits can eat them, the chickens can eat it, I can eat it, I can sell it, and they all can handle a frost. And in Louisiana, it really doesn't start getting super cold and into hard freezes till the end of December. So we're at the middle of October. All of this will be harvested starting the middle of November all the way through to the end of December. This will be my very tiny fall garden. Normally, it would have been the entire area. But let me show you what's happening here in our yard. You see where Samson, the white dog, is? That is turning into a sinkhole. And we are very concerned. So we are going to have to bust this area up. Do you see how the soil is splitting all the way around? We're assuming this was a stump where a tree had been taken out years ago. And I'm pretty sure that is a rat hole. So all of this needs to be busted out and tilled up. Even though I don't till, you still have to sometimes fix areas in your summer garden, which is the next 2 plots in my 1/4 acre market garden, will continue to produce food up until the first real frost. Once that happens, all of that's going to die down. I'm going to remove the infrastructure as well as the drip irrigation. I will run the lawnmower over it, chop it all up, cover it with tarps, and then it will look like this in the spring when I'm ready to put in new plants. So that's how easy no-till is. That's it. You just keep growing on the soil, knocking it down, covering it up so it turns into its own hay, and adding a little bit of compost on horse manure, rabbit manure, worm castings on top of the soil, dropping your seeds in. It's literally that easy. We didn't need any kind of diesel machinery or big heavy equipment to cost me a lot of money. And the greatest thing is I'm actually sequestering carbon when I farm this way. So I hope this helps you guys have an idea of what you can do on your property. This is 2 acres. And I do a lot on 2 acres. God is good. Thank you guys so much for rowing in my boat. I need to finish this up, get to the bank, get inside, and start packing for Maui. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for rowing in our boat and rowing in Maui's. If you have not done so yet, please like, comment, and subscribe and support spreading the truth always. God bless you guys.